This is the Night Wolf howling at you, and today we're going to talk about some Transformers stuff. And right now we are on the Transformer World 2005 page to look at the upcoming, well, specifically we're going to look at the Voyager Nexus Prime figure. I don't really give much of a crap about the Liege Maximo, and I think as some of you might know from some of my earlier videos, I'm not a big fan of the whole 13 Primes thing in the first place. But I want to talk about the Nexus Prime specifically because he is an upcoming combiner thing, and I use that word thing prominently, I guess. So we've got his robot mode here, which is fine. It's a blocky robot mode. It's not a big deal. And it looks good. I mean, as far as Transformers go. Next up, we have his jet mode, which looks like a piece of absolute trash. Out of all the things that you can do with Transformers, especially when you don't have specific things you need to do with them most of the time, why do you come up with something like this of all things? This looks terrible. This is one of the worst jet modes I've ever seen. And I know there's a reason for it, and we'll get into that in just a moment, but I just want to say this thing sucks. Like, this does not make me want to buy it. It kind of reminds me of back in the 80s, they had a set of cassettes for Blaster, and one of them turned into a tank and the other one turned into a jet. And that's what this looks like. This looks like a cassette turning into a jet, not a robot that turned into a jet, okay? And just for fun, we'll just take a quick look at the back of it. And it's got the whatever of combination that they called it. I don't remember. But I think that made its first appearance in the War for Cybertron stuff. Now, the reason why we are talking about this is because of the combination stuff going on. So credit going to, I guess, TF Hot Rod and Taranza, having found and taken screenshots of images from Mark Mayer's Instagram page, which shows a combined mode for the Age of the Primes Voyager Nexus Prime. And these are all screenshots from the video. I watched the video itself, but let's go over this. So basically, Nexus Prime attaches, it looks like, into Silverbolt's main body. So, or Superion's main body, I guess. Or I should say, attaches to Silverbolt's legs. Sorry, I guess that's the way to put it. He attaches to Silverbolt's legs. Now, I have a couple questions about that in and of itself. Like, can he also be attached to Bruticus's or Menassor's bottom halves? Or is it only the bottom half of Superion that will work for this? The head doesn't look too bad to me. But we can also see, it appears that he has one of Superion's arms and one leg. And then it has one of Bruticus's arm and leg. Right? So the whole idea being is that you can basically attach the combining sections to this. I am also guessing if you had the Combiner Wars ones, at least the arms would go in there properly. But once again, you'd probably still need this little torso area, right? But this is why that jet mode looks like that. And it literally just looks like the jet mode stuck onto Superion's body. And I'm not going to lie, if they had made a really cool combiner out of Nexus Prime here, I probably would have gotten it because I'm somewhat obsessed with the combiners. Again, here's a closer look at the head sculpt. I think the head sculpt's pretty cool looking, although it also reminds me kind of insect-like. And then we just see the arm joint over here. Again, it just looks like it's Bruticus's arm, or skeleton for the arm, I should say. And it has Vortex. No, shit. You know, I honestly don't remember what the name of the character is offhand. I'm having such a brain fart on that right now. No, it looks like they got the helicopter on the other side, too. I wasn't really paying that much attention to the... Yeah. So they have Vortex on one side, what's his name on this side, Brawl here, and then one of the aerial bots. But yeah, so this guy basically just connects to Superion's crotch, and that's it. And I just don't find this particularly interesting. I think they would have been better off making this guy into his own commander class, and then giving us some kind of good combine mode, which also would have allowed us to get a better jet mode for his vehicle mode. Again, just to remind you guys, this is what the jet mode looks like. And just as a reminder, the transformation into the crotch growth for Superion here isn't that much different than his freaking jet mode when you get right down to it. So again, I don't know what they were thinking with this one. There should have been a full combiner for this guy. You know what I mean? If you're going to go ahead and call him the prime of combiners, or primes of combination, however you want to put it, they should have given us something better than this. But this is what we got. And while I do have to give them credit for the idea of trying to make it compatible with existing combiners, as in the bodies of the existing combiners, I don't know if that's going to fit on like Menasor or Bruticus's crotch either. Just, I don't know. So I guess it's kind of like, I just don't know if this guy's going to be worth it to purchase. You know what I mean? At least for me, it's not. I mean, I'm already going mostly just for the G1 style Transformers and the animated and the Beast Wars. But as far as some of those other ones go, stuff like this, I just don't care about. And while you would have had a chance to make me want this guy if he'd been really cool because he is a combiner or part of a combiner, he just sucks. So unless you're going to tell me that somehow this guy combines with all of the other 13 primes to make something really cool, which I doubt, then this guy's staying on the shelf as far as I'm concerned. Maybe get him on clearance if he shows up at Ross, and that's about it. But why don't you guys tell me what you think of this guy in the comments below? And if you're excited about this, or if you're as disappointed as it sounds like almost everybody else is on this one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please feel free to smash that like button. And if you want to hear more of my nonsense in the future, you can subscribe. Maybe even hit that notification bell. It might help. I thank you for watching. Peace and love.